they just took too long to make me coffee, or they were too messy and I couldn't be bothered with them. So what did I decide to go for and spend some money on in the end? Greetings everyone, Pete here from Outdoors Roam. Hope you're all doing well today. It's another wet one in Queensland, unfortunately. Even though I thought it had gone away after the heavy rain last week, we've got more. So I thought I'd have a chat with you today about caravan and camping and motorhome coffee machines. Now, having been a camper, then for a very short period a caravanner and now a motorhomer, I've gone through quite a few coffee machines. Initially, low power, try not to use any power, but also for taste as well. But I do find that when I get out on camping, even though you've got all the time in the world, I just want a coffee. But I don't want instant coffee, I want something half decent. So I've gone through a few different coffee makers, and just recently I bought my final coffee maker for the motorhome. So I just thought I'd take you through my journey of what I've found to be the best tasting, quickest coffee machine for your motorhome / caravan, in my opinion. So these are the 3 first coffee machines I've acquired. The first one I ever got was the AeroPress. Now that is got a fantastic following, doesn't need any power, and it makes a decent cup of coffee. Then I went for this, which is a machine from Anaconda. It does pods and it can also do fresh ground coffee as well. And then, as you might have seen on one of my videos, this is the Ozito battery powered coffee machine, which is basically drip coffee. So before I tell you what I settled on, I'll talk about these 3 coffee makers as far as I'm concerned. So I would rate these in order of taste. Well, let's go with taste first. Taste, definitely the AeroPress. Then you've got the Anaconda pod machine. I've never used it for grinding coffee. I use it for the pod machine. And then you've got the Ozito. Why have I chose the, out of these 3, why have I chose the AeroPress? Well, I've tested it against my home machine even, and the taste out of that, when you've got the grind right, which is about a medium grind, is brilliant. There's loads of information online, relatively cheap, don't need any power. And if you can be bothered, you're not a lazy arse like me who wants your coffee ASAP, that's your pick, the AeroPress. This one, the pod machine, it's okay, but it only does 1 pod at a time, obviously. Well, they all do 1 pod at a time, but you're limited with the water. So once you've put the water through it, press your coffee. If you want another, I mean, I usually have 2 pods if I'm having pod coffee. You've got to put the water in it again, fill it up again. Now, this does heat the water, or you can put hot water in it, which is a good feature of that. That's something that I always have in me van. So if I ever want a coffee on the go, I'll use that because it will heat the water on the go if you don't have hot coffee with you. The latest one that I got, well, up until the current one that I've got, was the Ozito. You've seen that in action. Coffee out of that's not bad at all, but I drive the missus crazy when I use that because it's so messy with the grinds, and as much as I try to be tidy with it, I get a mess all over the place. Taking the grinds out, moving the cup out, it just makes a mess. So I've given up on that one. But while all of these 3 coffee machines have their uses, I didn't settle for one of them. In the motorhome, they just didn't, they just took too long to make me coffee, or they were too messy, and I couldn't be bothered with them. So I thought, okay, I'll pay a few dollars and I'll buy something that I've used in the past, that we used to have something similar at home before we went to a coffee machine that actually grinds the coffee for you. And I think it's a medium between power use and size and cost. So what did I decide to go for and spend some money on in the end? Well, so drum roll, what I ended up going for was a Nespresso Essenza Mini. So why did I go for the Espresso Essenza Mini? Well, the reason was it's small, it doesn't use loads of power, and now with the Bluetti I can do my coffees off-grid or on-grid. It's a lot less messing around than using the Anaconda because it's got a water container on the back, so I can put in maybe 3, 4, 5 pods, one after the other, and it'll just keep brewing them. And I'm happy with the coffee that comes out of the Nespressos. They've got a massive variety of pods now, and if you want to save a bit of money, there's a lot of aftermarket pods, if you like, that you can put in it. But if you look at it in size compared to the two, it's tiny. And what I'll do next is I'll power it and make a coffee using the Bluetti, and we can have a look at what the power use is on it. So we'll just put a bit of water in the container on the back, which is a bonus over the other Nespresso machine I've got, because you have to keep filling that up, whereas this one you could fill it right up and, as I say, get maybe 6 coffees out of it. So got the cup under there, just lift that up, pop your pod in, and we'll turn it on. So it takes about 20 seconds, I think, to pressurize or something. Once that stops flashing, and then once it is pressurized, it's pretty quick to make your second pod as well, because as I say, I like to have 2 pods. So I think that is meant to stop flashing, or do I just press it? I don't know, I can't remember. Let's see, does it stop flashing? Maybe it doesn't, maybe I just press it. Oh no, it did stop flashing then, so then we just hit play. And there's your coffee. Smells good. This is an Arpeggio pod. When we bought it, I bought it on Amazon. Got it cheaper than you can buy it on the Nespresso site or in JBI-Fi. I think I paid about $1.29 for it. I forgot to look at what the power use was there, but it was 98 and it went down to 95. It looked like it was about 1165, the usage on the Bluetti. I'm gonna have to make another one now too, because I forgot to look at what the power use was. But let me just finish. Yeah, so I got it on Amazon, 129 bucks, I believe it was, delivered the next day. And they also gave you 33 pods by just filling in your warranty registration. So there we go. Anyway, I'll just go and get another pod. I fired it off. It's using 1200, 1212. It's up and down a little bit, but it went up to 1210. There we go. Done and dusted. So yeah, 1200 watts for a very short period of time. I've done 2 pods on that and it's dropped, what, 2 or 3%, I think it was. So that's my recommendation for the caravan or the motorhome or your van. It's very small and compact, easy to use, good quality every single time if you're using pods, and yeah, smaller than the other 2 and all. So if you've got power, I'd suggest you get an Espresso. Okay everyone, I hope that was useful for you. I hope you found it interesting, and I'd be interested to know what you found as your best coffee machine for your caravan, camper van, or tent. And if you've got any questions on the coffee machines that I've featured today, feel free to add them in the comments. If you've enjoyed what I've shown you today, please like and subscribe. And until next time, take it easy.